Get ready for an explosive, spectacular show to celebrate the 4th of July.
It's my favorite thing to do in the summer.
And fireworks are just the beginning.
We're kicking off Seafair with pirates storming the city and hydroplanes zipping across Lake Washington.
But the best part? The Blues are back to bring us their breathtaking air show against the beautiful backdrop of Seattle.
You'll get a sneak peek tonight as Cairo 7 presents the Seafair Summer 4th.
Cairo 7's presentation of the Seafair Summer 4th is brought to you by your Western Washington Hyundai dealers.
Oh, it is going to be so much fun right now. Chopper 7 giving you an eagle-eye view over Lake Union and Gasworks Park and that barge, which is where it's all going to happen tonight. Thousands of fireworks will be rocketed right off that barge into the Seattle sky.
And where it's been happening all day is on land. I tell you, the crowds have been packing into Gasworks Park to jockey for a spot to watch the dazzling show and for some of that Ezel's chicken. Did you see that line?
I saw that. And for the first time this year, the party's expanded to the South Lake Union area, and we're going to be right there with them live.
And tonight, only Cairo 7 can give you a front row seat and VIP access to the sights and sounds of the Seafair Summer 4th. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Happy 4th of July. I'm Angela Russell.
And I'm Steve Rabel. Happy 4th of July from this side of the desk as well. And happy birthday. That's right. We're celebrating 65 years of Seafair as well, and all of it going to be capped off with a fabulous fireworks show later.
It just keeps getting bigger and better.
It really does.
Every year. Tonight's fireworks show, we're talking 20 minutes long, but so much anticipation for that 20-minute show. I guess I mentioned earlier, people have spent the whole day here at Gasworks Park. We noticed Gasworks Park, I should say,
yes.
Just one of them. We noticed the first family started staking out their spot. It was around noon today, and the crowds have just gotten bigger by the hour.
Look at them. They're just pouring right in, and you could also see the clouds come rolling in. Had a little drizzle. This year, a new tradition, skydivers. At 7:30, a couple of jumpers landed right behind us here at the park, and two more landed just across the water from us in South Lake Union. We will be talking to one of those jumpers. Yes, they survived that precarious fall. We'll talk to them in just a couple of minutes, and you'll get to see another group of jumpers land live right before the fireworks go off. That is in the next hour. But as we come back to live pictures, there's the mayor right there. As we come back to live pictures, the crowds really have filled in. When we got here a little earlier, we kind of made our way through the crowd, and you can feel the excitement. These folks are ready.
A lot of anticipation. People look forward to this all year. I know we do.
I know.
It's been a lot of fun. And I tell you who's enjoying it.
Yes.
For the first time is our Natasha Chen. She has been with the crowd all day. Natasha, you've done some of everything, and I think have seen a little bit of everything today.
Absolutely seen a lot of strange things, and now you're right, there's a lot less walking room over here. I've seen the crowd multiply, going from sunbathing to putting on those rain jackets and hoodies. And one person who came prepared, though, is Helen Kim. Let me introduce you here. You came prepared, you brought an umbrella. Tell me what happened when you came at around 6 o'clock.
I mean, there are a lot of people just wearing umbrellas and putting on their jackets when we're coming. A lot of people were leaving, I think, because of the rain. They're probably worried that they'd get drenched or something, but
you guys are staying put, and so are a lot of people over here. So we're going to stand by with this crowd waiting for the fireworks, rain or shine. Back to you, Steve and Angela.
Okay, Natasha. Now that is right over our shoulder where Natasha is. She's back there in the crowd. On the other side of our cameras is our Henry Rossoff, and he's standing by. He's been talking to folks as well. Henry?
Yeah, we're on the east side of Gasworks Park, and we're at this high vantage point where we can really give you a nice look at the crowd filling in. It was quite thin throughout the day because of that rain, particularly during our 90-minute newscast a little while ago. Not the case anymore. Completely filled out. The drizzling has stopped. People are really putting the umbrellas away and ready to go. We've been speaking with people heavily anticipating this, been out here all day since 12 o'clock when the gates opened, and we were there as more than 3 blocks of people rushed in trying to get by security. So we'll stay here and keep talking to people and let you know their reaction to these skydivers, to the fireworks, and we'll have it all from this side of the park.
Okay, Henry. Now, for those who are watching and maybe not from right around here in Seattle, take a look. This is all playing out just north of the downtown core of Seattle around Lake Union. Here we are at Gasworks Park. Seafair estimates 50,000 fireworks fans are going to jam in here for this 4th of July celebration. That is equivalent to the population of the city of Olympia, all squeezed into that area right around the park by the time the fireworks go off tonight, and that is just the start.
Exactly. At the south part of South Lake Union, thousands of people are packing there as well, and Seafair estimates at least 15,000 fireworks fans around the Museum of History and Industry and in South Lake Union Park, and that is about the size of the city of Monroe.
But you know what happens when you have a lake, don't you? You have boats. You have lots of people on boats, and we've got them. We've also got lots of buildings, condos, office buildings, apartments, all surrounding Lake Union. You bring all those people in, an estimated 200,000 people. That is the size of Tacoma, all clustered around for the big fireworks show.
And you know who's able to see it all is Alexis Smith. She is in Chopper 7. And what does it look like from your vantage point, Alexis?
Yeah, Angela, I can verify everything that you just said. It is getting packed on any end of the lake right now. The south side, of course, the north side. We've been hovering over Gasworks Park all afternoon. And I'll tell you what a difference a couple hours have made. As we zoom in here on our nose camera from Chopper 7, they are packed in there like sardines. When we were talking in the show earlier tonight, 5 and 6 o'clock, people were bragging about how much elbow room there was. Well, as you can see, that is not the case anymore. It is really filled in. It looks like we are getting pretty close to capacity. Traffic looks good from Chopper 7 too. Of course, parking very limited, but things are looking good, and we are certainly getting ready to get the show started. Alexis Smith reporting live from Chopper 7, Cairo 7 Eyewitness News.
All right, Alexis, we'll talk with you more in just a little bit. You know, earlier you heard someone say you saw some people leaving because of the rain. It was just a little bit of drizzle, but we weren't worried about it because we had the insider information, right?
One person has been watching over all of us all this time, and that's Sam Argier in the Cairo 7 Weather Center. Sam, when we left the building, you said, it's going to get nice, just relax, and it has. The rain has stopped, and it's a beautiful evening.
Yeah, and it's going to stay that way, Steve, as well. We're really drying things out just in time for the big fireworks show, but we still have Storm Tracker fired up. We're always scanning the skies looking for any rain. The drizzle we did see earlier, those light showers really winding down all across western Washington. So our friends around our northern counties down into the South Sound, if you're getting outside ready to watch those fireworks, you're looking dry. Now, how about the clouds? You might be thinking, okay, is this going to shield my view of the fireworks? Well, the clouds, the lowest of them are around 4,000 feet right now. The fireworks, they shoot up to 1,000 feet. So any fireworks tonight will stay below that cloud deck, so viewing should be great. Winds will also be light, just a slight northerly breeze, not really impacting the fireworks much. Now, you've probably already brought out that extra layer. It's a little chilly outside. Temperatures around Seattle, around Lake Union, Gasworks Park in the low 60s. We're at 61 Finney Ridge. Here in Belltown, we're at 62 at our studios, but cooler Magnolia, West Seattle in the upper 50s. And temperatures will not move a whole lot from there tonight. We'll stay mostly cloudy, but dry, low 60s and upper 50s for the big fireworks shows starting in just about an hour from now, guys. I'm going to be digging up some 4th of July weather facts. I know you guys like your weather facts. I know that, Steve.
Sure.
I'll have that coming up next half hour.
And Sam, I love the fireworks that you created in your weather forecast there. Very
nice.
Like
that? Yeah, very colorful. Yeah. They're going to be way better in person tonight, I assure you.
Well, you can see them if you're here in the park. You can see them if you're out there on the water or in one of the buildings. But the best seat in the house is right where you are right now, watching right here on Cairo 7. We're going to have it all for you.
Exactly. We'd love for you to interact with us via social media. On Twitter, that is our hashtag Cairo74. We'll have your tweets scrolling across the bottom of your screen, so be sure to watch for your Twitter handle, your name, throughout the night.
I'm glad you explained that, because I need people to tell me what
getting
those things
better.
are. Thank you. We are also going to give you a chance to try your luck in tonight's Seafair trivia question, brought to you by Muckleshoot Bingo. And here it is. Which Cairo 7 reporter was once crowned Miss Seafair? Here are your choices: Natasha Chen, Amy Clancy, Allison Grandy, or Lindsay Sheldon. Tweet us your best guess with that hashtag Cairo74th, and we will bring you the correct answer later in this program.
And I know they all would qualify to be Miss Seafair.
They're
Lovely
all
women.
terrific and terrific reporters. This massive show tonight takes a lot of expertise to pull off, and the business doing it is 5 generations deep in the fireworks business.
It really is an interesting story. The family actually started as farmers, and then they switched when some customers in China paid for their crops with fireworks. Go figure. And so it all began. In our Science of Seafair, you will see how it's the only place in the Pacific Northwest that can put on a show like this.
There is no other Pacific Northwest business that balances risk and reward like this.
It's high impact, high risk.
Bob Gobey heads Western Display Fireworks, now in its 4th generation of family ownership.
You know, in the old days, it was pretty simple. You just lit a fuse and it went off or it didn't go off.
It has changed. Now there is much more at stake. More than 600 different effects stored here that must be choreographed and carefully synchronized and loaded.
If there's an explosion, the roof's supposed to come off.
The building that stores them must be built to ATF specs. Each shell has a barcode to constantly monitor how many explosives are stored here at any given time, because they pack a real punch.
Each one of these bins is a different effect or a different color, and these are 3-inch. These are all 4s.
Each inch of a shell's diameter creates 100 feet of explosives, all the way up to the biggest one allowed by law, the 10-inch shell that blows up to a firework 1,000 feet across.
This is silver strobe.
Packing them up falls to the next generation in the business.
You ask about my grandson, the skinny kid, that's David.
David ties together the shells that will explode together.
So they all go simultaneously.
Then each explosive grouping gets assigned to a point on these receivers.
This is the Galactus system.
An engineering marvel used to control the London Olympic show. The only place you can find it in the U.S. is right here, the only system that can handle the spectacular effects planned for the Seafair show.
Right near 1,000 points programmed in 20 minutes.
That is nearly one explosion every second throughout the entire show. Each will come flying out of these mortars.
These are what they call B-racks.
The angles of the mortars hurl the shells up and out.
It spreads the shells out in the skies.
They'll launch from a much bigger barge on Lake Union this year, dwarfing last year's show. Last year it was 900 feet high by 700 feet wide. This year it'll be 1,000 feet by 2,000. The finale will take up every inch.
I want them to know when it's done. You know, so you just, blow the doors off at the end.
An end to months of risk and reward.
If you don't have a few butterflies before you pull the trigger, you're lying.
All right, that was Monique McLavin reporting. Later tonight, our special Science of Seafair expands to show you what it takes to make sure those shells explode in sync with the music. You're going to meet the Northwest woman who composes the fireworks sequences that capture the mood and the music. And she does it for hundreds of displays across across the Western United States, not just Washington, across the U.S. That's later in the program.
And what's a real treat this year, the music choices they've made.
Oh, yes.
When they fire these, you'll get all that a little bit later. It's going to be great. By the way, this year, this party has expanded. You'd think we've got it all covered right here, but no. We go that direction, all the way south across the lake, out to the South Lake Union area, and that's where Cairo 7's Chris Lagueros is standing by to show us all the fun there. Chris?
This is the other part of the party, Steve. About 15,000 people expected to be here at South Lake Union Park. Mohi, Museum of History and Industry, over to the right. We wanted to show you kind of the lay of the land. Everyone says, where are the fireworks? Well, they're going to be that way. You're directly north of us here, and so people will be looking in that direction. For the most part, people are pretty much camping out on the lawn behind me here. Just within the last few minutes, more came, spread out their blankets. There's a family here. Looks like they got a Tupperware full of chicken curry. Very good-looking dinner for them tonight. They're having a good time. Everyone's having a good time here. We'll be here throughout the evening. Back to you.
Okay, Chris. So we've talked about fireworks dominating the night tonight, but this year Seafair will be dominated by helicopters, and of course they will be along with jets in the Seattle
Exactly.
skies.
We have to specifically mention the Blue Angels. We are so glad to have them back after a one-year hiatus. They are confirmed. It's set in stone. They will be here. You will see their breathtaking aerial maneuvers at the Boeing Air Show on Lake Washington, but you don't have to wait for that. We don't like waiting. We're going to bring you the best of the Blues a bit later in tonight's show.
And you know the Blues won't be alone. The Patriots jet team, they're returning for a second year in a row to dazzle us with their vibrant colors and their great performance. Remember, these guys, they're civilian pilots. They're at the commands of their 6 L-39 Albatross jets. So chances are you may have actually flown in a commercial flight with some of these pilots who are at the controls.
Glad they can do both. And for the first time this year, the Boeing Air Show will be a triple threat with the U.S. Marine Corps demonstrating their wartime tactics. You'll see Harriers and Ospreys in the air and right near the water surface as the Marines show off what they can do to the thousands of fans gathered for Seafair. So the Blues and the Patriots won't be the only shows in the sky this Seafair.
Nope. Just a couple of hours ago, 4 skydivers parachuted toward Lake Union, and they landed right here with the crowds. We will hear about their experience next as Cairo 7 presents the Seafair Summer 4th. 7, you can see the crowds all around Lake Union and Gasworks Park. There it is. And all the boats as well there, eagerly awaiting tonight's spectacular show. The folks at the Museum of Flight are proud, by the way, to help celebrate a new 4th of July tradition, a rare moment when skydivers landed right here at Gasworks Park.
Yes, 4 of them parachuted from the sky, and they really landed just feet from the stage. And here to talk a little bit more about it is Pete Moran from Resin Marketing, and he organized the jump today. I tell you, when they were coming in, you could hear the crowd. We heard the crowd before we even saw them. They loved it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to be that high in the air, too. It's like being at a Seahawks game when the crowd roars.
And they had smoke. I don't know if we can roll that video, but we could actually see the blue and the red smoke. You usually see that with airplanes. Not often you see it with skydiving.
Well, if you like that, wait till you see what we do next. We're going to have some sparklers off of our feet going about 120 miles an hour out here.
Look at this. Look at this. This is from the jumper tonight.
Yeah, and that's called swooping, Steve. And next we're going to do a wingsuit jump. So you've seen it on TV, the squirrel suits. We'll be knocking 2 of those jumps out with 2 local jumpers from Shelton, Washington.
What are the specific challenges of jumping here?
Well, it's no different than jumping at the drop zone, but it is a little, you have to focus. To hit with 55,000 people, you got to keep your eye on the prize.
I bet. All right, Pete Moran, thanks so much. We look forward to it.
So do we. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Now, if you think you couldn't top that, and we just mentioned it, that skydive, there's one more amazing stunt this evening. You are definitely going to want to stay tuned to see that.
All right, we want to check in now with Henry Rossoff. He's at Gasworks Park, and Henry actually has a look at the man who was going to be pulling that off.
Yeah, we had the pleasure of hanging out with him and other skydivers a few weeks ago, and the stunt you will see about an hour from now, maybe a little less, is tame compared to what this guy does in big blockbuster movies and on behalf of the Seahawks.
You wouldn't know it by looking at these guys lounging around. But they're about to jump from more than 14,000 feet, roughly the height of Mount Rainier. And as all the rest file out, we're left with Luke Akins.
I live for this type of moment. We sit in the door and you're totally committed to jumping out. It's what I love.
Akins helps run the show at his family-owned business, Kapowson Air Sports in Shelton. They guide people on more than 20,000 tandem jumps each year and teach others interested in solo jumps.
3, 2, 1, see ya!
Moments before tonight's fireworks show, Akins will jump using an inflatable wingsuit to glide through the air.
So by putting this suit on, it takes me from a skydiver to what feels like a superhero, zipping around the sky.
He'll also have a giant sparkler attached to his foot so the crowd can follow him across the night sky until he splashes down in Lake Union.
It'll look like a comet coming across the sky.
But this is far from Akins' first high-profile jump.
In the last 2 years, I've been fortunate enough to start a little bit in the stunt work business. My first job was on Ironman 3. I got to be one of the scene was the barrel of monkeys.
1,000 feet.
We all fall out of the plane and Iron Man flies out and rescues you. If you check out the movie, I'm the last guy to get rescued.
There was also this Seahawks fan favorite that was a lot more complicated than it might look.
Blitz's head is really big. He's got that beak on the front. So when we jumped out of the door here, the wind catches his beak and kind of spins us over. So we do a little barrel roll out of the airplane. We get squared away, we open the parachute.
But perhaps Akins' biggest accomplishment was designing the parachute system Felix Baumgartner wore for the highest skydiving jump ever, 128,100 feet.
And I think it actually ended up being 5 years from the initial start of the program to being able to do that jump. I learned very quickly how many ways there are to die doing something like that.
There won't be anything quite as death-defying tonight, but it will be one wild ride for Akins.
And on top of all of that, you now have the pressure of, I don't know how many hundreds of thousands of people will be around Lake Union getting ready to watch the fireworks show.
So keep your eye to the sky for that comet-style dive, and we will, of course, bring it to you as soon as we can, maybe 10 minutes before the fireworks show right here on Cairo 7. Steve and Angela, back to you.
Boy, that is something. Sparklers on his feet. And, you know, he's done some 16,000 jumps in his career.
Yeah, somebody's got to talk to Luke. He does too many incredible things. Listen, it's going to be more than just skydivers. It's going to be more than just jets. We're talking about Marines as well as a part of Seafair. They're making their first ever appearance during Fleet Week this year and performing in the Boeing Air Show at Seafair. Hear about their incredible maneuvers in the air and right on the surface of the water. That, as Cairo 7 presents, the Seafair Summer 4th.
It's getting darker here at Gasworks Park. You know what that means. We're getting closer to the start of the fireworks show, getting going around 10:10, so about 40 minutes from now as we celebrate this 4th of July. It's a beautiful evening here on Lake Union.
It was a little drizzly earlier, but it's nice now, and we're all glad that you could be with us this evening. Let's go to the south end of the lake, in fact, that direction from where we're sitting. Chris Lagueros at the Museum of History and Industry. Chris?
Steve, if you're going to celebrate the 4th of July, you got to dress the part, right? Take a look at these 4 people behind me. Is this a great display of red, white, and blue in America or not, right? Priscilla Trujillo is here from Long Beach, California, but guess what? These 3, they're from Mexico. They're here on vacation, and they are looking the part, celebrating even better than most Americans, aren't you, in terms of your patriotism here, right?
Of course. We love USA.
Where'd you get these shirts?
Walmart.
Walmart, that's the key. You heard it here. Back to you.
All right, Chris, having a lot of fun there. Natasha Chin, she has been with folks on the other side of Lake here, Gasworks Park. Natasha, how's it going?
Great, Angela. I got to introduce you to Ray Bauman. It's your 65th birthday today. How does it feel to share a birthday with America?
Great being here in Seattle, and it's great weather, just a fun city. Glad to be here.
Yeah, Ray's also an Army vet, so we thank him for his service. People getting really excited here, so we're going to stick with him, waiting for those fireworks. Back to you, Angela and Steve.
Okay, Natasha, yes, thank you for your service, sir. We know so many of you are excited because the Navy's Blue Angels will be returning to Seafair this year.
And if you're like us, you don't want to wait. You want to at least have a little bit of a preview, so we're going to bring that for you as Cairo 7 presents the Seafair Summer 4th next. We're back, and you're looking live at Gasworks Park where the sun has set and families are packing in to watch tonight's Seafair Summer 4th fireworks show. And I have to say, we are just so excited to be in the middle of this so we can share the excitement with you tonight.
We are sitting right here at Gasworks Park. That's at the north end of Lake Union. And the park opened up about noon today for thousands of families, kids, and all the rest to find just the best spot to watch the fireworks, but also get a look at that fabulous skyline of Seattle.
Beautiful view. And Chopper 7 high overhead to show you more than just the folks at Gasworks Park. People have pulled their boats into Lake Union and thousands more up on rooftops and balconies to see this show. And of course, tonight is our first big Seafair event of the year that you are seeing live here on Cairo 7.
That's right. It is Seafair time, but this, my friends, is just the beginning. We are going to turn summer up and celebrate 65 years of Seafair.
The Seafair Pirates have already stormed Alki Beach.
Welcome to Seafair in Seattle. Get your booty.
They did so last weekend, and right away they stole the key to the city. The war is on to try to save Seattle from the pirates. But families aren't as worried.
Little William Roberts, that's my pirate name.
They enjoyed the day at Alki, and since we're turning summer up, the side project performed on stage to an ecstatic crowd right on the beach.
The tunes continued at the Rock and Roll Marathon June 21st. Alexis Smith and Brian Monahan got the runners on their marks.
This is number 9 for me today. What is this for you?
This is going to be number 11.
And for every mile they ran, a new concert performance. And that led up to the grand finale after the race. The presidents of the United States of America and Sir Mix-a-Lot.
The sights and sounds of Seafair will be on full display at the end of the month for the Alaska Airlines Seafair Torchlight Parade. The Pirates will be back along with the Seafair Clowns. From the marching bands to the floats, you will have a front row seat for all the action, including the Michelob Ultra Torchlight Run and the coronation of Miss Seafair 2014.
But the decibels will be off the charts for the biggest, most electrifying Seafair Sunday in Seattle history.
The Blue Angels are flying back to headline the Boeing Air Show with their deafening roar over Lake Washington. They won't be alone. The Patriots precision jet team is returning for a second Seafair in a row. And for the first time, you will see the military tactics in the air and on the water of the U.S. Marine Corps. That's not one, but 3 air shows on Seafair Sunday.
We're high in the sky and right on the water.
You'll feel the roar of the hydros as they fly on Lake Washington. From the wicked-fast F1 tunnel boats,
close to 135 miles an hour,
to the monster H1 Unlimiteds and the Albert Lee Appliance Cup.
He will win the Albert Lee Appliance Cup at Seafair.
It was Jimmy Shane driving the Graham trucking boat who took the title in 2013.
But the checkered flag could be anyone's to claim when we turn summer up for the most riveting, most breathtaking, most memorable Seafair anyone has ever seen.
I tell you, it is just our fun for the summer, steeped in tradition. And as we talk about that theme, turning summer up, all the new stuff we have this year, you know, the skydivers for this show. And Steve, he's probably tired of me talking about who's going to be opening this up, the gospel choir, the Total Experience Gospel Choir in Patronelle Wright, opening that up, America the Beautiful tonight. It's going to be fabulous.
This is our time of year. We love it. We hope it's your time of year
tell?
as well. Our Alexa Smith is high above us in Chopper 7 right now. She's not only watching the traffic, but still recovering from the Rock and Roll Marathon. Alexis.
How'd you know, Steve? Yeah, I'm still walking pretty slow up here. Thankfully, I've got the free ride in Chopper 7 tonight, and we are keeping an eye on things over at Lake Union and Gasworks Park. So we're seeing that boat traffic really come to a stop now. Police have that blocked off. You can see all the boats in those roped off areas. We've got the huge crowds at Gasworks Park. I can hear it through your microphones down there. And then we're looking at the traffic along I-5 too, along the Ship Canal Bridge. Now, there's a lot of folks headed southbound right now. That's certainly heavier than the northbound side. And a reminder, the southbound I-5 off-ramps to Roanoke and Mercer are closing right now, as well as the on-ramp from Boylston. And do not stop on that bridge to watch the show tonight. Steve and Angela, back to you.
All right, Alexis. Now we want to check in with our Henry Rossoff, who is on the east side of Gasworks Park. How's it going there, Henry? You certainly got a beautiful view behind you.
It is a lovely view back here. I'm actually with Kay Knox with Within Reach. They do outreach for the Washington Summer Meals Program. And Kay, I want you to tell everyone at home why this program is so important this time of year.
Well, Henry, this program is so important because during the school year, kids have access to breakfast and lunch. During the summer, lots and lots of kids do without those meals.
And tell me about those statistics. They really are just staggering how few kids are getting meals that get them during the school year.
It is. Unfortunately, only about 10% of the children that participate in school meals programs are getting those meals during the summer. And the Summer Meals Program is a fantastic program. It provides free, healthy meals for kids and teens at sites throughout the community, over 900 sites statewide. And there's nothing that kids have to do. They don't have to apply. They just show up and get good, healthy meals.
Okay, I really appreciate your time, and we're going to send it back to you guys over there.
All right, Seafair is about families, and so I'm so glad we were able to take the time to highlight that.
Time now to get an update on the weather, and it's getting better all the time. Still a little bit chilly, but Sam Argier back in the Cairo 7 Weather Center said earlier the rain's going to end. And Sam, as you said, it did.
Yeah, it sure did, Stephen. Just behind you, a little break in those clouds, a little sign of that drier weather that has arrived just in time for all the fireworks shows, all the festivities. Earlier this evening during our 90-minute newscast from 5 to 6:30, we were tracking some light rain, but all those showers have wrapped up. The only rain I could find right along the north coast, stretching offshore. That will stay to the west of Puget Sound if you're getting outside for the fireworks show tonight. On the chilly side, though, you need that extra layer. Low 60s right now around Seattle, 61 on Capitol Hill, over to Magnolia and West Seattle, both in the upper 50s right now. Once the show winds down, we'll stay in the low 60s through the fireworks tonight, and then overnight we'll be bottoming out in the 50s. Now, I know we did see some rain today, and that got me thinking, okay, how often do we see rain on the 4th of July in Seattle? Well, since record keeping began at SeaTac Airport in 1948, we've seen measurable rain. That's 1/100th of an inch or more, 28% of the time. The wettest, I have to tell you, 1992 kind of lives in weather infamy for the 4th of July. We saw the wettest and coolest 4th of July on record. So the weather today, yeah, not perfectly sunny, but, you know, not too bad. Looks pretty good out there, guys.
Yeah, I can say I remember that in 92, the wet, damp, cool 4th of July. Not a lot of fun. Sam, thanks.
Okay, well, look, how about we do a trivia question?
Sure,
or at
how
least
about
tell
that?
you the trivia question. It's brought to you by Muckleshoot Casino. Here it is. Which Cairo 7 reporter was once crowned Miss Seafair? The choices are Natasha Chen, Amy Clancy, Allison Grandy, or Lindsay Sheldon. Tweet us your best guess with that hashtag Cairo7Fourth, and we will bring you the correct answer later in the program. Now, we can't emphasize this enough that Seafair Sunday this year is going to be jam-packed.
You're right. The Marine Corps is going to be joining the Blue Angels and, of course, the Patriot Jet team as one of 3 headliners of the Boeing Air Show. And when they're here for Seafair, from the Marines, you will see that they're a whole lot more than just jets and tanks.
The U.S. Marines are changing all the rules on Seafair Sunday this year. While the hydroplanes dominate Lake Washington waters and powerful jets command the Seattle skies, the Marines will own both.
Fast roping coming out of the backs of helicopters and getting carried away on the helicopters.
Marine jets and helicopters will demonstrate their wartime tactics to tens of thousands during Seafair. Aircraft like that include the MV-22 Osprey.
It takes off like a helicopter and it goes forward like an aircraft, so the cells of the airplane actually rotate, so straight up like a helicopter would be, and then they rotate forward when the aircraft takes off.
They don't just take off in wartime. All too often the Marines are dispatched on desperate humanitarian missions.
We were very instrumental in working in Japan when they had the tsunami.
In 2011, the U.S. Marine Corps flew right into some of Japan's contaminated areas to evacuate the injured and drop off fresh water and food.
We can do everything, really. We can do everything what we call high-end warfighting, which I'd say is the bombs and the bullets, on down to the humanitarian assistance, disaster relief.
And it'll all be front and center at Seafair this year.
What Seattleites need to really meet is the individual Marine. That's the most impressive thing that we're bringing to Seattle.
Going to be an exciting demonstration. We look forward to that. Very much like the show we're going to see here shortly. You know, it takes more than just a couple of pyromaniacs to create a fireworks show like the one you're about to see.
Yes, you're going to get a chance to meet the woman who had the vision for tonight's fireworks display, and you'll see how she created it using the right amount of art and science. As Cairo 7 presents the Seafair Summer 4th. Stay with us.
We're getting set for our great fireworks show, and there you see some of the 6,000 different effects, as the pyrotechnicians like to call them, on board the barge out in the middle of Lake Union, and nary a boat is nearby as the Seattle Police and Harbor Patrol keeping all the boats now away from the barge as we get set for the upcoming fireworks show. We're also celebrating, as we've told you, 65 years of Seafair. 65 years. What a terrific group and a terrific thing for this city over these years. And one of the best parts this year is that the Blue Angels are back.
Yeah, so glad to have them back. And if you're like us, it can be difficult to wait to see their air show over Lake Washington. So why wait? We have a preview, and we call it the Best of the Blues. Here it is. Well, there you have it, the best of the Blues. And I don't know about you, but I just never get tired of seeing them.
Bring it on. The Blues, the blue skies, out on the lake, the boat races. Bring it all on. That's our summer here in the Northwest.
Don't jinx it. You said blue skies.
Well, okay. I hope not. Let's now bring on Natasha Chen because she's been talking to some very nice folks right here behind us this evening. Natasha.
Yeah, some people have been here for a very long time. In fact, the family behind me, I talked to them earlier this afternoon. Kaylina Moscovong, you've been in line since 10 a.m. What have you been doing to pass the time?
Well, I come here every year for 4th of July from California, so I've just been hanging out with family, just talking, hanging out.
Great. So we're hearing a lot of stories like that, families making Gasworks Park part of their 4th of July tradition with a lot of patience, as you can see. But we're almost there, so we're going to hang out with them until those fireworks. Steve and Angela.
Okay, Natasha. Yeah, they plan for this every year to a lot of people. You know when the planning started for this big Seafair 4th of July party? It started on July 5th of last year.
Right, and this wouldn't be possible without some special companies that help us out. Amazon, Double Down Interactive, Microsoft, and the Washington National Guard. And you're about to see the folks at these organizations are just as excited as everyone here at the park.
The 4th of July is a great Seattle tradition.
One of the best events that Seattle has going nowadays. It's always great.
Reminds you of what a great community Seattle is.
Amazon loves Seattle, and we love being a part of the growing downtown community.
Microsoft has over 40,000 employees in this area. These are employees, and it's their families, it's their friends, it's their neighbors.
And the soldiers are from the communities. They get a chance to tell everybody that they're in the Guard as well, whether they're in uniform or not.
Summers in Seattle are awesome, and 4th of July sort of signals to me the beginning of summer in Seattle.
It's all about community. That's the memory. The memory is all about what you do with your family and your friends, your neighbors, and coming together just to think about what 4th of July means. It's independence, it's freedom, it's everything America's made of.
We really are a community-based organization. We support local communities, we support the cities, as you can see with this event. We support events going on around the state.
It's something that I don't want to miss.
An awesome time in Seattle.
Now, in addition to those, here's a look at major sponsors for tonight's show. They include Anchor Brewing, Charlie's Produce, Philco Environmental, and Pinky's Kitchen.
Also, Seattle Metropolitan Chamber of Commerce, Starbucks, Today's Warm 106.9, Tom Douglas Restaurants, and Wells Fargo.
Now, earlier in the show, hopefully you got a glimpse at the skydivers who landed here around 7:30. The crowd just went wild.
They did. Well, coming up, one particular skydiver is going to go right in the drink right here where we're sitting. It's going to be spectacular. It's all going to happen live when Cairo 7 presents the Seafair Summer 4th continues.
You're just in time for a dazzling fireworks show over Lake Union.
Families have packed into Gasworks Park, not to mention boats on the lake and thousands more on rooftops and balconies.
But you have the best seat in the house for a magnificent cap to the 4th of July as Cairo 7 presents the Seafair Summer 4th.
Cairo 7's presentation of the Seafair Summer 4th is brought to you by your Western Washington Hyundai dealers.
Welcome back to the Seafair Summer 4th. Chopper 7 flying high over Lake Union, and we are counting down to the big fireworks show in about 20 minutes.
Oh, across Gasworks Park, families are taking their places. They're sitting down on their blankets. They're getting set for a breathtaking show.
And this year, the party has expanded to South Lake Union, with people getting a front row seat at the park there and at the Museum of History and Industry.
It has been a day of picnics, and parties, and celebration, and we're glad that you're with us for the grand finale right here in the heart of the city. And hello again, everybody, once again from Gasworks Park, along with Angela Russell. I'm Steve Rabel. So glad you're with us on this 4th of July.
We're getting really close to the show. Let's see, check the timing clock here, 20 minutes away specifically. And just to give you a little insight to how this is going to work, it's going to start with a skydiver this year. Sparklers attached to the legs, I understand, landing in a crowd of 50,000 people around. And then a performance by the Total Experience Gospel Choir, America the Beautiful, and the Star Spangled Banner. And then, of course, the fireworks show.
All eyes will be trained up to the heavens, as will Cairo 7's Henry Rossoff, who's live here on the east side of Gasworks Park, standing right over there. Henry?
And the east lawn is already filling up. You can really see it packing in and condensing down. These seats very close to me, they're actually not great seats. They're obstructed by a sizable tree. It doesn't matter at this point. A spot is a spot is a spot as people are getting ever closer to watching the fireworks show and, of course, that amazing skydive that we're expecting in just a few seconds from now. Send it back to you guys.
All right, across the lake from there, Chris Lagueros at Mohi and South Lake Union. Chris.
Watching the fireworks, or at least waiting here at South Lake Union with William Manzanares and his nieces Malia and Misty. What do you think of this venue?
This is exciting. It's a lot of people here. It's awesome.
A lot better than watching it by yourself, right?
Absolutely.
It's a party atmosphere, and we're going to be here for those fireworks just about 15-20 minutes from now.
All right, you say party atmosphere. Not only do I think of the fireworks show, I think of Sam Argier. You know, he tries to keep it fun.
He is the party guy. He's our chief meteorologist, and he's in the Cairo 7 Weather Center for our fireworks forecast, Sam.
Yeah, you know, and we're really seeing that weather kind of settle down after a little bit of a weather party earlier with some showers moving across the sound. Maybe as you were firing up the grill earlier this evening. Those raindrops are all gone now. We're going to keep it dry if you're getting outside, watching the fireworks. A few showers offshore. We'll deal with those tomorrow, but tonight, we have a nice little dry break in the weather. Now, the clouds are still out there. The lowest clouds over Seattle are sitting right around 4,000 feet. The fireworks, they go up to 1,000 feet. So the fireworks will stay below the cloud deck that is over the city tonight. But it's a bit on the chilly side. These temperatures just now dropping into the upper 50s at Finney Ridge and Capitol Hill. We'll keep it there for tonight, but a dry forecast, guys, for the fireworks coming up in just a few minutes.
Okay, Sam, let's check in with Natasha now. Natasha Chen, who is right behind us. And Natasha, you don't hear anybody complaining that it's getting a little chilly out there, do you?
Not at all. They're all prepared. And I'll tell you, people are staking out their positions right now. It's really actually hard to walk anywhere because this pathway is all filled with people.
For just a moment. But
fireworks to start. So we're going to be with them right here. It all begins. People with a lot of patience today and had a lot of fun, and this is the final moment. Back to you, Steve and Angela.
Okay, Natasha, for a second there, I think we lost her, but she came back to us. Earlier in the program, we showed you the brute force. That's right, brute force behind designing a fireworks show. But in reality, it's something like this: equal parts ammo and artistry.
Now in our Science of Seafair, Monique Minglabin introduces you to a woman who is like the wizard behind the curtain, the one who adds beauty to the bombs in the sky.
A good idea can be illuminating, but when the beautiful mind of Heather Gobay starts turning, the heavens light up.
This is where it all starts.
She's the maestro. She can look through her father's warehouse of fireworks and turn explosions into a symphony.
The first step is I'm kind of trying to capture the feeling or essence of the song.
The sounds of Jimi Hendrix are familiar, classic.
Lord, when I'm sad.
But for Gobay, they inspire different notes. This is her version of sheet music.
Hitting certain notes in the music.
She composes the fireworks sequences that capture the mood of the music and then plugs her shorthand into a computerized firing system synced up with the playlist.
Down to the 10th of a second or the 100th of a second, it shows what's happening at any one time.
And then it simulates what happens when Hendrix and Heather meet.
It's all right, she says it's all right.
Tonight's show will be 20 minutes filled with more than 6,000 different effects.
Gold and silver brocade waterfalls.
Each explosively but elegantly arranged.
Complemented by these butterfly pattern, this gold filigree.
As only she can envision.
With little blue butterflies, and it'll basically, fill the whole sky.
And this year she's at full speed with a new Monster Galaxis firing system used in the highest profile shows around the world, including the London Olympics. An upgrade, she says, is like
if you've been driving a used Volkswagen and you get a brand new Porsche.
So tonight you'll see that beautiful mind running on all cylinders.
Oh, it is going to be fun to see and to hear and to listen. Now, you're looking at a very dark sky right now where we had our skydiver coming down with fireworks on his feet, sparklers on his feet. There we see just a quick glimpse.
Right, fleeting.
Yes.
And I tell you, we could hear the audience just starting to cheer, and they could see it, and we're getting really excited by it.
Well, Luke Akins is the man. He's parachuting toward Lake Union. He is coming down right now, but we're trying to get an eyeball on his sparklers.
The crowd sees him.
Now he's coming. Here he comes. Now as he's starting to get down closer to the light, you can see Well, he's sort of like a comet who's didn't pay his electric bill, but we got a great shot from Chopper 7. There he is.
Oh, and the
Here
crowd
they
is
come,
loving
all
this.
four. They're seeing him come down now.
And this man who specializes in doing complicated jumps, doing one now, going in the history books for Seafair.
Here comes Luke. He's right in front of the crowd, right here at Gasworks, and a splash landing.
Wow. The crowd loves this. We love it. This is awesome.
Oh, if only he'd had his sparklers, he would have been so easy to see, but he had some of his fellow jumpers with him. They are all, I think they're all down, and at least one, Luke, in the water. Now they're going to fish him out, dry him off, and we're going to talk to him, Luke Akins, just a little bit later, coming up as Cairo 7 continues with the Seafair Summer 4th. We are back along the shores of Lake Union. You are looking at it from high above, the freeway, the lights, the water, the boats, and soon the fireworks.
And Henry Rossoff was close to the action when skydiver Luke Akins came swooping in. And Henry, it sounds like it didn't go exactly as planned, but people still enjoyed it.
Yeah, it looks like more like a comet than maybe these people were expecting. Their eyes were pointed high in the sky as they're looking at some sort of helicopter display here. We're trying to figure out what's going on, actually. But this is much the reaction we got to that comet effect we were telling you about a little bit earlier in the show. Yeah, it looks like there's a giant American flag hanging from a helicopter. We're going to show you that comet effect right now that the folks were looking at high in the sky. This appears to be some sort of military helicopter here flying overhead with a giant American flag, much to the delight of the crowd. We'll let you listen a little bit.
Helicopter with the American flag, and that means one thing. When we come back, it is time for fireworks here in Seattle. Stand by. Your Seafair Summer 4th, the fireworks show, coming up. It is part of the birthday, part of the majesty of the 4th of July. The Stars and Stripes being pulled across the evening skies here in Seattle by a CH-47 Chinook helicopter for all to see, letting the crowd here know it is time to celebrate the fireworks and the 4th.
It certainly is time. Hope you are ready for an amazing show. And now performing two songs, America the Beautiful and the Star-Spangled Banner. I am so pleased to introduce the Total Experience Gospel Choir under the direction of Pastor Patronell Wright.
Beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains, majesties above the fruited plain. America, God shed His grace on thee and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea, shining sea. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we at the twilight's last gleam This land is your land. This land is my land. From California, well, to the New York Island. From the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. I tell you, this land was made for you and me. As I went walking down that ribbon of a highway, I saw above me all that endless skyway. Now I saw below me that golden valley, and I said, this land was made for you and me.
I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good, good night. A feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good, good night. A feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be.
This land is your land. This land is my land. From California, well, to the New York Island. From the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. I tell you, this land was made for you and me. As I went walking down that ribbon of a highway, I saw above me all that endless skyway. Now I saw below me that golden valley, and I said, this land was made for you and me.
I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good, good night. A feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good, good night. A feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good, good night. Feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good, good night.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Come on. If tomorrow all the things were gone I'd worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. Traveling far without a home, but not without a star. Free, only want to be free. We huddle close and hang on to a dream. On the boats and on the planes, they coming to America, never looking back again. They coming to America, home. Don't it seem so far away? We're traveling light today, in the eye of the storm. In the eye of the storm. Home to a new and a shiny place. Make our bed and we'll say our grace. Freedom's light burning warm. Freedom's light burning warm.
its mind that's running wild. Butterflies and zebras and moonbeams and fairy tales. That's all she has. Riding with the wind. When I'm sad, she comes to me with 1,000 smiles. She gives to me free. It's alright, she said, it's alright. Take anything you want from me.
of the Mac. Get up what it is, what it does, what it is, what it isn't. Looking for a better way to get up out of bed instead of getting on the internet and checking a new hit. Me get up. First shot, hip strut walking. A little bit of humble, a little bit of cautious. Somewhere between like Rocky and Cosby's for the game. Nope, nope, y'all can't copy yet. Glad moonwalking, and this here is our party. My posse's been on Broadway, and we did it all way. Chrome music. I shed my skin and put my bones into everything I record to it. And yeah, I'm on. Let that stage light go and shine on down. Got that Bob Barker suit game and Plinko in my style. Money, stay on my craft and stick around for those pounds. But I do that to pass the torch and put on for my town. Trust me, on my INDEPENDENT shit hustling. Chasing dreams since I was 14 with the 4-track bustin'. Halfway across that city with the back crush shit. Labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We give that to the people, spread it across the country. Labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We give it to the people, spread it across the country.
Here we go back, this is the moment, tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over, so we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. Here we go back, this is the moment, tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over, so we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us.
Hey everybody, this is Brother Ray talking to you. Now I want each and every one of y'all to come with me and feel the spirit of this here tune.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, over purple mountain majesties. Above the fruited land, oh, America, America, God shed His grace on thee. Lord knows that we need it, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining. Yeah, come on, Ray.
You know, I wish y'all would come along and help me sing this thing. It's all right. America, oh how I love you, America.
America, where's my God?
He done shed His grace on me. Y'all don't love me for it, 'cause He cried like a
He told me what?
said brotherhood.
Oh, big brotherhood.
Sea to shining sea. Lord, yeah, Jesus, I know. I want to thank you, Lord.
Now that is how you do a Seafair Summer 4th fireworks show. It was just an incredible 20 minutes.
Spectacular. 2 words, spectacular. The boats out here on Lake Union are letting us know all of the thousands of people here at Gasworks Park and all around Lake Union are letting us know as well. It was the finest fireworks show we have seen here, I believe, ever, and that's a long time.
I would imagine so. And, let us know what you think on social media. I would love to hear on Twitter what your favorite part was. I know for me, the pre-show right before the fireworks began, when the Total Experience Gospel Choir sang America the Beautiful and the Star Spangled Banner, everyone here at Gasworks Park, they were singing along with them. And it was just this moment of unity right before the show began. And it just got us off to a great start. In terms of the fireworks show, I have to say here, it's not about perfection, but about connection. And the organizers of the show connected with the audience through the music and the display that they put on during that 20 minutes.
I think every single person here would say, A, it was worth the traffic getting in and the traffic that it's going to take getting out. It was worth the bit of drizzle we sat through. It was certainly worth the wait and the chilly temperatures. And it was, again, a spectacular show. We hope all of you enjoyed it with us.
If you blinked during that 20-minute show, it's okay. We have you covered because we're going to be showing it again. I think on the other side of this break, it's hard to hear our producers because the crowd here is still kind of loud.
We're also going to talk to Luke Akins, who came sailing down via parachute just before the start of the show. We've got a lot yet to come. Stand by. More from the Seafair Summer 4th. Oh, the smoke is still hanging over Lake Union, and a bit of a shadow there between us and the Space Needle. That's what a great show it was, though. It had everybody on their feet here at Gasworks Park and all around the area, and glad that you were able to join us for it. In just a couple moments now, we're going to talk to the skydiver who actually came sailing into the park area and landed in the water right out here in front of us.
It was just awesome.
It was really awesome. Let's first show you the thousands of people leaving and the traffic headache that's about to ensue. Sorry, guys, had to bring that up. But it really was an amazing show, and for me, absolutely tops is when the helicopter came overhead and I was able to just be quiet and let everyone chant USA, USA. We'll send it back to you guys.
All right, Henry, thanks very much. The folks at the Museum of Flight are proud to help celebrate the new 4th of July tradition here, skydivers landing in Gasworks Park. And right now we're going to talk to the man who had sparklers on his heels. Not everybody can say that, by the way. And parachuted into the water right here beyond us. Luke Akins just got out of the water not all that long ago. Thanks for drying off and joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Tell us about that jump. What's it like at night into the middle of a lake with thousands of people around?
I mean, it's unbelievable. I got to do it earlier today, so I got to see all the sights. And then at night over the city, I could see the Space Needle, the big wheel down at the water, and then trying to find this little tiny spot in the dark while lighting off fireworks in free fall makes it pretty exciting.
I have to imagine, yeah.
I think Angela asked you during the break, could you hear the crowd down here? Because they were cheering when they saw you.
Yeah, after the parachute opens up, things slow down and you get a second to catch your breath, and that's when you could really hear people as we got closer to the ground start cheering.
Now, you've done, some 16,000 jumps, and you specialize in doing those challenging ones. Not like they aren't all challenging. What were some of the specific concerns with this one?
With this one, we have the weather. It's a little bit windy out here tonight, and landing in the water, a little bit of concern with landing in the water, but it was unbelievable. Wingsuiting 120 miles an hour over the city.
Well, people seem to love it. They were applauding for you all the way.
I appreciate it. It was awesome.
So humble, too. All right, Luke, thank you so much.
Luke, thanks. Great job. Luke has jumped just about everywhere, and now he can add the 4th of July into Lake Union as part of his resume. Now it is time for the answer to our Seafair trivia question brought to you by Muckleshoot Bingo. And the answer is our own Allison Grandy was crowned Miss Seafair back in 1992. For the year of her reign, Allison traveled across North America and to Japan representing Seafair in Seattle. She also won a $4,000 scholarship that she used at Pacific Lutheran University.
And look at that perfect wave.
She is as good a reporter as there is in the business.
She really is.
We're
I always say
glad she's
she
with
can
us.
find out anything. She's really good. And look, in terms of this show, it really isn't over yet because we're going to give you another chance to watch the grand finale of all this when our show continues, the Seafair Summer 4th. Stay with us. Well, it has been quite a fun night here at Gasworks Park. Families are now filing out to head home and to celebrate the rest of the 4th of July weekend. I know a lot of community festivals are happening this weekend, too.
There are. Seafair is just starting. This is going to be terrific. We're so glad all of you could be with us. Thanks so much. We are going to show you now the finale of the fireworks show, just in case you missed it. Thanks again. 11 at 11 is coming up next. Have a great weekend, everybody.